Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Pet Peeves with Liam. Today we're going to talk about the 7 sins of becoming a leader. Today we're going to talk about lust. So what is lust? So lust is basically having a strong desire into something or someone. I say lust is interchangeable with those other sins because when we begin to idolize and have a strong desire into that object, then we begin to put that thing before what is really important to us. Especially intimate desires, so they can immediately control our minds, causing us to endure into our wants rather than our needs, causing us to make clouded decisions when we're stimulated, and then when we come down from our senses and come to our senses, then we make better decisions. So stay vigilant and stay sober and stay focused. I know it's hard making the right decision, but it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money in the long run. These objects can magnify, especially since we have the internet and social media at our fingertips. They allow us to see what pleases us. Someone might say, it's just one time, or they can't really be controlled by it, but they're basically putting a blindfold over themselves and blinding themselves to the fact that there's so many ways that it can go about for you to be caught in the midst of all of that. Lust will lead to other problems in your life, whether that be in your daily habits or your lifestyle in total. Since we have cookies on the internet and we have other things that monitor us on our daily habits, they cause us or amp us up into doing what pleases us the most, whether that being gambling, whether that being intimate desires, whether that being food, whether that being fighting, whatever. As I said before, lust also goes in with the other sins because you're having a strong desire in that thing. So in this case, gluttony also goes in with lust because you have to keep up with the appetite. And in that appetite, when it comes to lust, it's called different fetishes. So you may have a fetish into different things, whether that being in socks, whether that being in shoes, whether that being in shoulders, nose, different things, whatever floats your boat. But you have to keep up with that appetite. And you may meet somebody that you dearly love, but they'll have to keep up with that appetite too, just to please you. You may be having a cool conversation with someone, and within the conversation you hear something or see something that ignite one of your fantasies. Be careful on different people that you bring into your life because you may be inviting whatever they're accustomed to or comfortable with, but it can invite you into an imprisonment. It can bring you in bondage. It can keep you in bondage. It can hold you down, whether that being spiritually, mentally, and financially. Whether they invited the idea smallly or deeply, they still planted the seed. So not allowing that seed to flourish is what's key. And they may not mean to do it. So going into that, they also introduce peer pressure. So peer pressure, you'll hear, hey man, you should do this, or give this a little try. And then you don't want to say no because you're trying to be polite, or you're just trying to be like a good friend or whatever. But you have to stand your ground, because if you don't, you're going to allow yourself into a lifestyle that you have no business being in. And now you're addicted to whatever that is. And going into gluttony, it's an appetite that you have to keep up. And then turn around and say, well, I didn't force you to do it. Peer pressure is more or less saying that you're not good enough, or you're too weak, but stand your ground, because all you have to say is, I don't condone in that, or I don't do that, or that's not for me, things of that nature, because it's not for you. And then, like I said, you getting addicted to whatever that is, and that you have to keep feeding into it, which is going to cost money. Be an individual that says no and mean it. An example I'm going to use is money, so everybody knows what it is, and don't really think like the different things that we do for money. So we go to great heights sometimes just to supply for ourselves or supply for our families, but last year really taught us the different lengths on what we'll do just for money, and what comes with the money. But when we begin to idolize money object, we lose sight, and we allow it to dictate our thoughts on how to try to get money and the slimy ways to get it. causing us to do things that we never thought we would. And invite those things that we never thought we would to become a part of us, which isn't us. This can be any one of the sins because it is a mixture of wanting more of. Control yourself, because of course your sexual desires can affect your workplace. Relationship folks and people who are married, be steadfast because temptation is everywhere. That being said, secure your partner. Make sure you build up the integrity between each other. Make sure you have a good communication between each other and secure them. Don't betray their trust by being manipulative, thinking that they don't know or they don't feel that, or God won't give them signals through their dreams or give them some type of indication, because you can feel when something is up. As a leader, you want to be well-rounded and grounded in your principles rather than your preferences, because your preferences can easily get you caught up. Especially as a leader, you don't want to get your sexual desires involved with your employees or with your coworkers, because it can become a very toxic environment, and it can also blackmail you, and it's just not good. So try to keep your food elsewhere, and where you do other things elsewhere too. So just to wrap up, with lust, be steadfast all the time. It's so easy to get tempted into whatever. It is not easy to get rid of. It's very hard. It can literally keep you in bed all day, every day. So that being said, it's an imprisonment. So be mindful on who you introduce to your life, because you don't want to introduce those sins onto you, because you don't want to be held in bondage. You want to break every chain. Okay, thank you guys for watching my videos. There's one more video left. I hope you guys please leave a like and subscribe to my videos. Please share, and thank you. Hope you guys have a good one. Be safe.